Hey guys, this is Sonya of SonjaW Coaching, where we teach people how to live by principle, execute by process, and win by practice. And we are on our third week of this verse that I just can't get over. And that's Galatians 6:9. It says to do not grow weary in well-doing, for in due season you will reap a harvest if you don't give up. And I have been talking about this verse for like the last 3 weeks because I don't know, it's just been kind of sitting with me. And one of the things that I was thinking about is that we all have big dreams, but we get tired of the work. We get tired of the day in and day out of trying to get it done, of trying to make something happen, right? So the week before I talked about the first video, I just gave y'all some encouragement, told you about the verse. We started talking about how your work is good and that you gotta keep going because it's so important. And then the next week we talked about living by principle, actually having your why right up front in your face so that you will never, ever, ever forget how important the work is. And that's what helps you to not grow weary. Well, this week, we're going to be talking about the second pillar in the Triple P framework, which means execute by process. Now, it's so funny. I was thinking about this, and I actually was thinking about a message that my pastor did for different leaders in the room. And he always was talking about harvest. And he said, but before harvest, there's seed and time. And then there's harvest. And it made me think about this. You know, as a farmer, they have their seed time and they're in there preparing the soil. They're tilling the soil. They're making sure it's nice and loose and ready for the seed. They're watering the ground. They're making sure that the ground has the right pH, that is doing all the things that it needs to do. And then they plant. Then they put the seed in the ground. And then there's a time to wait. Right? There's that time where it grows. And a farmer knows exactly when he's supposed to harvest something, right? He knows that this certain plant takes 12 weeks. This other plant may take 20 weeks, but he knows exactly that. Well, that's how we should be in our season of processing. When it comes to our harvest time, we have to know the process and actually have a process. And when we have a process, that allows us to make sure that we don't grow weary. Because if we know the end, if we know how long it's going to take, if we know the work that we need to do to get it done, then it's not going to make us weary because we know what we have to do, right? And that's where execute by process comes in. Those processes can be goals. They can be actually well-written goals. I should be very, very clear. A goal that is measurable, that has all the bells and whistles that a good goal should have. And then it's knowing that we have a time to work that goal, right? And when we know that, when we are real clear about the goal at hand, when we're real clear about the process at hand, it doesn't feel as tiring to kind of wait for that harvest to come. So what's your process? What is the process that you are on to make sure that you are getting this thing done and not growing weary while you do it? Do your goals have a clear beginning and end? Is there a real strong understanding of why you're doing it, right? Is it measurable? Is it like, I know that if I do X, this is what's going to happen? How clear is that goal? When your process is clear, when you know when you're going to get to where you need to go, then it makes it so much easier to wait for the harvest, to not grow weary, because you know exactly what's going to happen. So guys, really take some time, figure out how to set up that process so that you can wait for your harvest and wait joyfully and keep working and not grow weary as you're working. All right. Now, if you like what I just talked about real quick, make sure that you comment that you like this video, okay? And if you got questions, definitely comment and send me the questions. I'm looking for questions. I'm looking for ways to help you guys learn how to actually execute by process so that you don't grow weary in the good work that you're doing. Because I know you're doing good work because you want to see transformation in your life. You want to see your family grow. You want to see so many things happen. So I know you're doing good work. Don't worry. Just have that process and you will see it to the end. You will. All right, guys, have an awesome time of day, morning, evening, whenever you're watching this, okay?